The first time J.D. Palm picked up a basketball may be the exact moment he fell in love with it. His journey to be a top athlete has been far from average, yet that's what makes it so special.
Jamarian Palm was your average teenager with a fiery passion for the game of basketball. Ranked 12th by ESPN in their top 25, the 6'9", 200-pound center definitely turns heads when he walks in a room.
I met Jamarian Palm through another coach at Honeysuckle Middle School, and I got a phone call one day. He said, "Hey, Coach, we need for you to come over here and look at this kid for us." And when I got over there, and I was totally shocked at what I saw. You know, I'm 6'5", and he was 6'5". He was staring at me. We was eye to eye, making contact.
Palm is a Wiregrass native whose journey started with basketball in just the 3rd grade. Later in life, he would excel at Dothan High School before transferring to McEachern High in Georgia, where many others could see the talent he's always had.
When I got him out there on the court, and I was very amazed by how much skill that he had. He was very athletic. He could use his left hand, he could use his right hand. When I worked out with him, I was puzzled.
JD puzzled everyone by his humbleness, his ability to work, and his talent. What many supporters didn't know is that humble soul hid a big secret.
I found out about the conditions when he moved up to Atlanta, and then I got a text from Coach Janaska Fleming that his kidneys had shut down on him.
I just had a headache one day. Told my mom, I was like, "Mom, I'm having a headache." So like that. First it started like getting worse. So I just said, "Mom, I need to go to the hospital." So we went to the hospital, found out my blood pressure was high. Just went on for there. I was in the hospital for like a week. Then they did a biopsy and they told me I had FSGS. So that was surprising.
FSGS, also known as focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, is a disease in which scar tissue develops on parts of the kidney that filter waste from the blood. The condition is often treated with dialysis or kidney transplant. That's a kind of secret that can only be held for so long.
Usually JD is always in news articles, he's always in sports films, when people come to games and things like that. So, with him not being able to play a lot in the game, people were kind of like asking like, "Hey, what's going on, with JD?"
Candace and JD knew telling those watching would benefit them in the long run. But while the outpouring of love and support began, their journey to recovery had just started, one that was all too familiar for Candace.
It was easy for me because I kind of already knew the severity of the disease because my mom had it. It was heartbreaking because, thinking that he actually has the same disease that my mom, recently passed away from was very heartbreaking.
When I got it, I knew what was coming. I knew that I wasn't gonna live a regular teenage life, but I didn't know what was the severity of it.
When JD says the severity, that includes the random painful outbreaks he feels and can't control, including one during this interview.
Yeah.
I started hurting.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
He hopes his journey can send an inspiring message.
Let people know how you feel, and also listen to your body. Let people know if you feeling a certain type of way that you ain't used to it, just let an adult know, somebody close to you know how you feel.
My message is to parents, listen to your kids. With JD, he was complaining about headaches, but a parent with being with a child that plays sport, I'm writing it off as, maybe he's sitting in front of the TV too much, playing his game too much. I want to allow parents and let parents know that to sometimes just go the extra mile. Ask the doctor to do urine samples and do blood work because, kidney disease is a silent disease. We had no clue that JD was going through that until it came down to the last period, almost to the end.
Despite their ongoing battle, Ms. Candace lets us know there is still hope.
I'm actually going through the process of trying to see if I can be a recipient, a transplant person to, give him a kidney, of course. My best friend, Dee from Birmingham, she's also going through that process also. Also my dad, he's going through the process.
And to the Wiregrass community who's been supportive along the way.
I would just like to thank the Dothan community for still accepting us as, family. Coach Flim, Coach Martin, of course, Coach Bynum. Even though he didn't get a chance to actually work with JD and, in the basketball, but just him just reaching out every day, checking on us, and, coming together to support us was very phenomenal.
Man, I really appreciate the love and support. Even though I ain't there no more, still appreciate it. Love y'all.
If you'd like to help on the road to recovery for JD Palm, you can give to their GoFundMe that is set up right now to help cover his kidney transplant. A link to the GoFundMe can be found on our website, WTBY.com. Stay with us. Emily has one last check on your forecast after this break.